Welcome to Shangfa YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today broadcast, we are going to look at four top stories. First, we will talk about over 500 displaced families in Piji County are struggling without food and shelter in Napinal. Second, we'll talk about UN Women, United Nations Women, and the government of Norway call on South Sudanese leaders to renew their commitment to lasting peace. And third, we will talk about drone attack increase in South Kordofan, Kadugli, raising fear and insecurity in the area. Fourth, we'll talk about a global energy company take South Sudan to court over unpaid oil loan worth millions of dollars. Before we proceed with these top stories, please help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin with first top story. 500 IDP in Pigi County lack food and shelter. Today we begin in Piji County, Jonglei State, where more than 500 displaced people, mothers, children, elders, arrived with nothing but the clothes on their back. They escaped insecurity in Korwai Payam, an area controlled by the SPLA-IO forces. They fled their home because of fear, violence, and attack. According to the report, when they reached Mat, an area under the government, they found no food, no shelter, and no support. Voices from the ground. The county commissioner, Suleiman Dang, told a reporter that the IDP camp or the IDP arrived on Monday. He said, these people are in a dire situation. They don't have food or shelter. Our county cannot support them because flood destroy everything we have. He added that the IDP came with nothing because their belongings were looted on the way. So these are not just statistics. These are human beings who run for their life. Many are sleeping in the open under the cold night sky. Moingok Abil Aprop, the county RRC coordinator, also raised alarm. And he said the situation is worse than what people think. They arrived empty-handed and they are now in a place already struggling with anger. Although the number is reported as 543 people, the RRC believe the number might be higher, but an official assessment has not been carried out yet. Even the host community is struggling. A resident named Ayen Arop shared her frustration and fear. Our situation was already bad. Now it is worse with this new arrival. We need urgent help. This means two groups are now suffering. The local who already at low food, the IDP who have nothing at all. Why this matter? This situation exposes long-standing issues in South Sudan. Recurring insecurity, repeated displacement, and destroyed livelihood from flood, lack of humanitarian access, and a government that is overwhelmed. The people of Piji are crying for urgent intervention. Humanitarian agencies need to move quickly. Food, medicines, and shelter are required immediately. This is not politics. This is about human life. Let's move on to our second top story. United Nations Women and Norway call for peace. Moving now to Juba, where the message is clear and urgent. South Sudan must renew its commitment to peace before it is too late. UN women sound the alarm. At peace conference in the capital, Corto William, a deputy county representative of UN Women, warned that insecurity is rising while political tension continue to deepen. She pointed to global data showing 676 million women live in or near conflict zone. Civilian casualties among women and children have quadrupled. Conflict-related sexual violence is increasing. She urged leaders in South Sudan to strengthen the women, peace, and security agenda from Payam level all the way down to Buma level. William praised women civil society group who always serve as first responders, peacemakers, community bridge builders. She reminded leaders that women must not only be protected, they must be included in decision making. Norway Ambassador Roar gave a strong message. He said enough is enough. He urged leaders to stop the cycle of violence and fully committed to dialogue. He warned that falling back into conflict would be a national tragedy. He reminded leaders that real peace is built in village, in the school, in churches, in families, and in community network. He insisted that people must be allowed to speak freely and hold leaders accountable. Another speaker is a senior gender advisor at RJ Mac, spoke from her personal story as a child of war. She gave sick responsibility for anyone who wants peace. First, she said, make peace your personal priority. Second, work for it with commitment. Third, live peacefully with others. And fourth, offer brave leadership. And fifth, use your resources to support peace. And sixth, which is the final, pray, but only after taking action. She said the public call for peace are meaningless if people still live in conflict at home. Even though the challenges are big, she encouraged the people of South Sudan to keep pushing for peace. If things are this hard when we are trying to make peace, imagine how bad they would be if we didn't try it. Let's move on to our third topic story, escalation of drone attack in South Kordofan in Sudan. Now we move to Kadugli, South Kordofan, where drone attack have sharply increased over the last 2 months. The UN spokesperson Stephen Dujarric revealed new information. More drone attacks have been recorded. Several drones were seen flying around Kadugli. One attack hit a displaced person site in Kulpa, killing 6 people. This is only 25 kilometers from the UN Joint Border Verification Base. These attacks have caused death, injuries, displacement, destruction of property, and fear among families. The humanitarian situation is worsening. Kadugli may become even more isolated, making it harder for aid workers to reach people in need. UN peacekeepers are calling for all army groups to stop hostilities, protect civilians, and follow international law. Drone warfare is becoming more common in the South Sudan border region, and the number of casualties is rising. This story highlights how conflict continues to spread across border and affect innocent people. And finally, we take a deep look at a complicated but important story involving oil, international debt, court order, and South Sudan economic struggle. The case in London court. BB Energy, a global energy trading company, court, went to court in London and secure an urgent injunction to stop South Sudan from selling a shipment of 600,000 barrels of crude oil. Why? Because South Sudan owe the company 100 million US dollar from a 2024 oil prepayment deal. What went wrong? BB Energy said they pay South Sudan 100 million US dollar in February. In return, uh, South Sudan promised to repay through 5 oil shipments. But South Sudan delivered 0 shipment. Instead, the government reportedly sold the cargoes to other buyers. Now, South Sudan owe at least 61.5 million US dollar, and the number is increasing. Why the court stepping? The court agreed to stop the oil shipment because South Sudan has not shown it will repay the debt. The country's financial situation is weak. Transparency challenges make enforcement difficult. The judge noted that trying to force repayment inside South Sudan would be complicated and slow. This case is only one part of a bigger problem. South Sudan owe nearly 2.3 billion in oil-backed loan to African Prixim Bank, Qatar QNB, UAE-based trader, Vitol, and others. In 2023, AFDB President Kiwumi Adesina called this loan expensive, non-transparent, and a disaster waiting to happen. The IMF also warned that such loan can be enslaving. Why this matter? Oil is South Sudanese biggest source of income, but loan tied to oil have increased corruption risk, reduced government earning, and left the country vulnerable. A UN human rights report say South Sudan lost nearly 390 million in revenue from discounted oil sale between 2022 and 2024. Some companies cannot get financing or insurance to buy South Sudanese oil anymore because the risk is too high. This is more than a court case, it is a warning sign. If South Sudan does not manage its debt carefully, the economy could crash, the government program could stop, and citizens will continue to suffer. Channel Ryan ti channel Klinkel ka shang fa YouTube channel bana we katin ko kena konti lat korodian ka tung nent nas. Jin mi kani subscribe ko ken notification bell keni twain goro no jin subscribe ka shang fa YouTube channel ko mi te mi ci bari be chamala shube keje te kon kler dang wante bana lingwa seme bana rache ka queen and shop ko kudang die ti cha jo daro shal ke Piji County ti cha do ken tele ka kon mi sham kene ka tele ka piu to mas ken ka ke tele ka gwas ni ban ler me bana jelinkel lere ro do gwadman bana lintin kwi rai mishala da maintain continent ka United Nation chikan ka kuma Norway rewi ka South Sudan chol ken kwara konti rewi ka South Sudan no de ken mal de ken nok ka de ken mal de ken laslet ban rai ka kwidin ka manan chikan lat diodin ban rai ka drone and anan chi bog dar shal ka sos ko dofan gwal mishale ka dugli ka jen border mo dung South Sudan ken Sudan ban madan shiro da latin ban jelin kel gwatame ngwandien ban right no ke company mishikala no gor ken yo ka kuma South Sudan tishela no shikan ngade shikan cap shikan ga kala liya da dan nan ka la crude oil dan de ukok no ban jelin ka jelerme kan kono nyam please gor no jin bi subscribe ko bi notification bell bi jetwan shana jeto ka leran nyam dan de kono lingwasame ka jo shalat gwasame minwa ka yakele chalado nene ne itu kudang die cha sharen bardoro shal ke Piji County ka Jonglei State en winemi chalado ne kudang die sharen bar gwade dana shikorche toktin waken jel ka bang telem jel ka tele ka kwan mi cham kana tele ka bien toy ka wajen bi dana shal lat jere jen bi dana tekaran ken chike jen doro shal ke korwai payam gwade dana shi korche rumtin kor payam wa te pin kum SPLM SPLAIO forces me chi korche to kam SSPDF kan de ni SPLAIO chuna churien bar ke jen ki koramo shukana ngwai doro me mishal ke me Pigi no watch me chi jup ka dor shal ke mat area mid pin kuma kirmi yadit wa shu kana je no tele kwan ba mut ka ji kuma ka tele kwa ka toy ka katin ka tele sapon makam ka ke wa shi kan chuja long chiram ker mila county commissioner ke kwar shal ke Suleiman Deng sharai ke report ren wona ne IDPs kene de konen shibenten cha juja koran ci to kam kuma spela yo kana government ci ga chop ka jelat ka kan tele ka kwan mi kana jek jene kana de ti gor kan kwan me de kana shamba tele kwan so ngum ba kula lel ci kan jo mo kana lat kan ko gwad me tele me ne kam ka ba tine kuma en wode kan di humanitarian de kan jogde ka mo ka kwan ka de ka mo ka behende toy ka ke ya jo mo cha jalat ko ci kan la no re we dien winami kana kwak dial ci ka tuk ko ci nyoje tin tele lok makam ka netin kon charen bar wal dan ci ko ci twokten man ngoker bil arop ramkel mi la humanitarian coordinator ka RRC jen chelado situation woni jen kam be che long chelado ne report cha no no ina shup kan kudang dewi jen ngwan de joko jen ngwan kan ka report cha la RRC kan ngat kan no pek na we kamere beno ro de ki ngwana ka do bdana shi karo ka je ko sngai kono kor mi je to la tun wala kan je ka long ke la tun wala kan be chala de woni de ti gor kan kon me de kan cham but tele dor mi ci kana je shana we ka la ro dien gwas me de kon link roj mi chala da UN women ka Norway sholken quarren kontre yuka South Sudan ka kwimalka kane gor kan ode mal daraben kane te ka report mishi kana lingan wone ne di shop ka kudang bakal wid jan barro wid bakal million la sigando 76 million women wa kan chuj ka longra yuka South Sudan wa riudian dial ta gwada dan to korotin wa ne te kona shuj ka gat kana man kane tin kontin chuja long cha jaw me cha jala de ken shol kan kuma sa Sudan en wode kamal de kan lat kam niken kuma kirmi yadit kan kuma dr machar de ko mat ko de mal de jin felmen ka jodan en chikan lat gwasme me de konte kan ngaj bokk manan shala de ken chana ben ka le rodian gwasme me de kon nyogo mukwen kone shala do ne shi drone che na che kan dor shal ka sos ko da fan sos ko da fan gente ka kai dung sa Sudan chala UN spokesperson Stephen Dujarric jala do nene tika ler mjidin paiben jene ka jan gwase me chi drone che bok ka gwadan che bok tana wa chane ri ko bakkel che kana gwada shal ke kadugli kani en drone attack me kani ka karen altien konton wanted tika match kani shiga na chikan kana ka jawran chikana lat kani shiname cha tuoka gwada dana tieg mitike 25 km ka rodian ka GU and joint border gwada ante base dian tetin ajane she civilian she ganak chane ngwan che mo ka board ka chane ngwan che ga ju gwada dana chi ke toktin chol kan ne talk UN peacekeeper shol kan de nien wode kan kode kan pal nying Sudan karodian and wode de ne kola civilian de ga la palode kan le yi ko korsha bajelong chana ben ka company mi shala BB energy shala do chikan South Sudan chikan nan ka court jom le rode are ler kana me very complicated report wa shakum South Sudan chakanan ka court ke gwalo ka kwiliet ka kwiyondi kan ka den ala international date kana court order ka kwi tadan and chui South Sudan ka ja case me chanan ka London court jen gwadan chanan tene BB energy BB energy lat kana wona ne shikan company kene de konen shali cha jalan la South Sudan shikana kapchong take a shipment mishanang la liet miteke sigan 100,000 barrel ki de konen shola no burmiel ti chop ke kine to kudang bakel ti sha tetre dien ke crude oil wa ka kware wishin winami wa shikana kapchong lo kano ka ke shikala do ne shine goro bi South Sudan bi kan dien bi kana kwala crude oil ko en South Sudan panken kan kam yoko di shop ke 100 million US dollar ti cha de ne ken ke 2024 karon kin dangro jandangro wi ngwan ti kala do bi kan yoro ti bi kan ka yorpin no kali dang di chintere wi ka South Sudan ke ka kor ka mi shikan liet chikan ka jagwal dan wa kwaktin chala do ko shi South Sudan che kan yote kan ka yorpin shi BB energy kala do ne shi nei and ship and more gwada dana chali the nang tin chine kapchong cha jo mo cha jalat South Sudan wa cheng agreement ani kana ta ke jen bibi energy me company meni wa ken a lot no jen mi lat ken tamen go cha ship men mo cha ja gaga ken kam go ikon no mo kana kap and liya da me la crude oil be economic dun South Sudan be yar ka South Sudan che be go be economic ba collapse cha go la do ne South Sudan wa take your job ke 61.5 million US dollar tik kan ka your fin panken kan to gor ke nating one ka wa tel yuri kan yor pinya wa ngwan wo kan ka merep kan rodian ka jo shala da wa ti gani kan you can yor pin ba 2.3 billion US dollar kan ka kam bang chal ka Frexim Bank ke Qatar QNB ke United Arab Emirates Base Trader ke Vitol ke ka company ko kien te to ko nga jen ron kin dangro jen dangro wi dok te kan you can kan ga top men tam so jen ko te ko on tam cha shibi men ke krudo yala cha la do wa ko kray which we do mi cha je kap chong ne de kon te London lo chala no kantiti chicken bichu bray which ka tekan ke winli chop ka 600,000 barrel ko de ko ko ka yorun wan ba chala do cha kap chong antama lo na akel mi bej ray wi ka South Sudan ko mo we kan cha ka kok bukum South Sudan ba collapse de medana ngai kon so cha jo me cha jalat kon jen jo dan go de nyoy kel mi jiram jidit ka shang fa YouTube channel goro jen subscribe kan bi notification bell bi jitwan ko mo tem wala ri gwad ba chamala shubkeji an biya ta kamal bye bye